Previously on Danganronpa.
Okay, but what should we yell?
Cornflakes!
Like this? Cornflakes?
What is it? Who's that cornflakes?
Oh, okay. Anything, it doesn't matter.
No, it has to
Say
be
donuts.
No,
Say
it has
donuts.
It has to be
Sakura!
No, it has
Sakura!
to be cornflakes! No, cornflakes! Cornflakes is my safe word!
Oh.
Oh. I didn't know cornflakes was Sakura's safe word. Good to know. Go back in that room. I want to check the blood trail. Plus, I want to see if there's anything else in here. There probably isn't, but you never know. And this must be used for physics stuff. Materials and shit like that, I don't care. Probably nothing in here. Back into the room. Go in here! She's still dead. Oh, I can. Good. Taka's entire body has disappeared, leaving behind nothing but a bloodstain. Another one of those hammers, and it looks like it's made of wood. It's even bigger than the other ones. Just as Hammer 4. Is this all the work of that suspicious individual? When Toka is Toka, she has a fear of blood. I don't think we have to worry about anyone else dying, so we'll just leave it here alone. Yes! Then she'll faint again from the sight of blood.
No, because she'll wake up and be genocide or show.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is true. I thought I saw something on the wall. That's not being stupid. Oh, I thought I can click on that. I thought that was something. Well, I guess I'm just stupid. I don't know anything at all. Time to leave. Wish there was a faster way to get out of these fucking rooms. Unless there is a faster way and I've just been ignoring it. Okay, that's like my observation thing. You observed something like a fucking idiot. Congratulations, retard. Alright. Nothing over here. Hello? I'm looking for dead bodies. Have you seen any?
No, sorry.
Oh, they're here.
Where could 2 dead bodies have disappeared to?
We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that, we don't know. Huh? The door must be locked. Isn't that a little bit suspicious then? Let's check that door again. Ready? Like, no anything? Like saying, Sakura, knock open the door. Oh, it'd be my pleasure.
Oh, I love when you break open doors, Sakura.
Oh, owie!
Oh, Sakura! It's literally just them yelling while she punches a fucking door.
I know, right? Celeste. Was she really attacked with this? Just as Hammer 1? But what the heck is with this thing? Oh, well, let's just play a game. That's not the thing I asked to do!
Gee.
There's no way this table is related to the case. How do you know the table could be related to the case? It's a locker. It doesn't seem especially important right now, so I don't need to open it. Why not? Leave this area? Yeah, there's nothing else in here. What the fuck?
Makoto?
Come on. Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the respiratory. Huh? You mean?
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Taka's bodies had both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye. I've already told Hiro and Sakura. We're going ahead. Go on already. The bodies were in the respiratory?
But
Wait.
we checked the repository.
But the door was locked. Someone unlock the door!
I wonder, since it's Celeste that discovered the body, I bet it was her. Oh, she's the killer, guys.
Yep. Yeah, whatever. Fucking bastards. Bleh. Meh, fucking Frenchie. Are the bodies here somewhere?
In the back room.
I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. Are you fucking kidding me? Up ahead is the respiratory. The doorknob. I turned the doorknob. I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. Oh, you're not gonna question the fact being that it's unlocked, so I opened the door. And when I entered, I saw... Oh no, not again! Oh no, not again!
Oh no, no.
The two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionably, unavoidably, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for the second time.
Second time? It's raining just now. I wonder if that's an important clue.
Discovered after a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like.
I don't care. Oh god! And so we are here!
The Monokuma pile!
Thanks. I was gonna hand them out when you found the bodies for the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but it turns out I was right! Just hand it over already. Now to make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial. Okay, see you later! Well then, now that we found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
Oh, hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible.
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is all just too awful.
Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clicks at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who did this? I know voice anyway.
I was gonna say, I think these have like voice acting in them.
Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheek. If this was some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. Oh, they actually did animate this, which is kind of surprising. Oh god!
Oh. The fucking end.
This wasn't.
He's alive again?
I survived, but rape again.
Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Oh, fuck off! Get that Game of Thrones shit out of here! Get out!
Hifumi, wake up! Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak. Come on, you gotta wake up! I remember
He is awake, pussy.
everything before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasu.
There goes the hand. His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolutely undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed on his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
What?
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return, just to leave us with these unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become extremely boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So in other words,
And with that, the case is solved. assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi? And then going so far to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden mallets? Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way. Can I ever forgive him? To kill 2 of our friends.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not all that life or death. It's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way.
It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept
One
it.
more time.
I have no choice but to go through this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Yes, you're right. Investigation time! First, better check out the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi, Yamada, and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It was It was thought that they were killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got less information this time than before.
That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway.
Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko? Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But if the killer wasn't acting alone, what if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice?
What are you doing here, you rat?
Don't be rude! Don't be rude! I'm here to answer your questions! I keep going back and forth between Genocide Jack and his voice. It's merging! What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before. Didn't I? During the first class trial?
speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
So basically, you could be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then...
So are you saying nobody worked together this time, Eva?
hey,
So we can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might insist in murder, only one blackened can graduate, and accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words,
Then we only need to figure out who that blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened? So just one person?
well now.
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So they're gonna be one blackened and accomplice wouldn't benefit? Then I can see that. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right.
If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you? Was it Kyoko? We're coming after you.
What's new, Kyoko? What's new, Kyoko? What's new, Kyoko-chan?
Oh dear lord.
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Ah. I have absolutely no doubts that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
Inyo, don't you think we should consider assaulting someone a suspect? Just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend. Genocide Jack.
What? I'm offended!
Yeah! What the fuck?
When did you?
I've been looking over for you, Master, and when I woke up, you were nowhere to be found! Anyway, you there, milk sack swimming girl!
Milk sack?
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time! I have an alibi, you know!
She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when we discovered the bodies, disappeared. I misread that. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine anywhere she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Besides, I calculate every move I make! I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone else knows what I look like! They are calling the murderers fit for nothing!
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then...
Hida, I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hida?
I'm not into 4 ways with dead bodies.
That's not what I mean!
Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me. I don't think it's going to be straightforward as it seems.
Nice!
We can actually investigate now.
There are hammers, all different sizes, hanging on the wall, although some of them are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice Hammer have been designed using these as models? Either way, all the hammers obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason this one isn't dirty at all, and it's wet.
Oh.
Did someone wash it recently? Spot this hammer. So someone... Wait a minute.
So a clue was added of spotless hammer, yet you didn't think there are spaces on the wall. I think those Justice Hammers
Wait,
are.
there's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from the inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from in the art room. Hold on, I'm gonna check this again. Maybe there's something else. There are hammers all different shapes and sizes, like mads. Could they just have been designed using these models? Either way, all these hammers have seen a lot of use. They're all covered. But this one isn't dirty. It's also wet. Did someone wash your receipt? God damn it, really? Let's see. Observe mode activate. That's the wrong button.
Observe mode.
There's only one way in and out of this room. There's definitely a lock on this door. I can only be locked from inside the restaurant. I don't see a lock from the art room. What's the? There we go. Let's see.
Look at Taka's body too.
It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. But wait. Finally! Wasn't this in the equipment room where we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the respiratory. What's the explanation for that? There we go. Figure there's something going on. Time to examine his body. Taka, George Bush. He'll never move again. Wait a minute, I've just noticed something. Have you seen these? Look at his like right boot. Like it's cut off.
No, it's perfect.
According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head.
Really?
We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what he was used to kill him? And there's a top laying under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Interesting development. What about Hifumi's body? Hifumi's big cold body is lying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how
Gee, no need to fat shame.
I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? from the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the respiratory. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Also, probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh, wait, something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it! His glasses! When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with his blood. Oh yeah, that is true. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? I wonder why that is.
Things that make you go,
So many whooms and not enough ums. Bianca, do you think he already did it? I don't see anyone could figure out otherwise. When the attacks and the murders and the disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died, yeah, he said he was there.
In other words,
Then there was no room to suspect anyone else. But if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be as safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century when you see it. I mean, he is kind of dumb, but do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
what?
And is that it? Oh, that's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there's fewer things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why did they bother killing two people? What? Because all the rules says is you can kill someone and get away with it. You graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing two people means more clues and more chances you'll get found out, right?
I see.
Hold on. Perhaps. I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. But what's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might actually have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the respiratory. He talks as if he figured out something. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Nah, probably not. You'll figure it out. There are so many aspects of this incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then.
Would you like help? No.
just,
So then.
Sure. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was about 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, and then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a mysterious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Ah, no, don't bring this back up again!
I'm gonna eat your ass with my dick.
No! No, my butt! Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered the attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It also became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Taka away. Hifumi away. After meeting with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costume assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor and then resumed our search. But long after the nurse's office... What's wrong?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
Based on Celeste's claim, we went back up to the second floor, where we split and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed, and this time she had apparently seen the suspect on the third floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the third floor.
Celeste, what's wrong? Whoa.
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him. The strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down to the hallway and disappeared.
And then... Huh?
Hifumi.
Oh, it was.
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been...
Hifumi! He's in the nurse's office! This is bad! Come on, we have to go back! At that point, we decided to split up into two groups. Celeste, Hino, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect on the third floor. And when we got to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hino alone and headed back to the third floor to tell the others what happened. Oh, wait a minute, I think I figured out this whole thing. But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka's body. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toku, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran to Celeste, who had just arrived to tell us something very unusual.
Hifumi's body's disappeared.
We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. I can't believe. Are we hallucinating all this or something? Ing. This time, George Bush's body had disappeared. So from there, we began our search for both the missing bodies. After some time, Celeste told us she found the bodies, and we all headed to the respiratory. And there we rediscovered the two bodies who had apparently disappeared. And that brings us up to now. Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know, and I'm fine anytime. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking tired.
I'm just sitting here and you have to voice the whole majority of that whole segment.
Jesus fucking Christ.